Have you noticed that the singer, The Weeknd, has always ended up killing his prior self in his videos? This is how you can do it as well. So my name's Kevin, and I help out people trying to find their true creative selves through creative self-improvement. And today we're going to talk about the art of self-destruction, and it's not something you really think about and say like, oh, self-destruction, like I'm just like gonna like do this and be bad. No, it's just breaking down, erasing this old you have. It's kind of like this mindset that kind of keeps you down. I know I've had it in the past, which is like this mindset of, oh, I can't really do whatever I want to do in my life. I'm just not good at it. I'm not worthy. I see all these people, they're all so good at it. We're not doing all that. That's going to happen to you. You're going to feel like, oh, like I can't really do anything with my creative stuff. We're going to stop that right now. So in this case, we're going to achieve this creative freedom and overcome these artistic fears through this creative self improvement. So you're not the same person you were yesterday, or will you be 5 years ago or 5 years from now? I want you to think and pause. This is an actionable step right now. Pause this video and appreciate how far you've come to this point. Just pause, okay? Ready? Now throw all that nostalgia and good feels and whatever out the door, the window. That isn't you anymore. Today, you're going to be someone else. And let me show you how. So we always hear that practice makes perfect and like just keep doing what you're doing and you'll eventually get better at it, right? Uh, it's kind of a poor advice. I even said it myself, right? Just keep doing what you're doing and you'll eventually become better. But it's kind of like telling your obsessed friend that kind of like their partner is bad for them and they're like, oh no, like no, it's just they'll change. It's just lying to ourselves, right? So the only one that can change is you, and you can only change when you allow yourself to. It's kind of like you were holding yourself all along. Like you're the one chasing your own tail, and you find out that, like, oh shit, it was just actually me keeping me down. So, how do I change my own person to grow as an artist? I think that's the biggest question. So I kind of see this part of the video is kind of like this video game avatar, where like, how do you want to feel like? How do you look like? What do you do? What's the goal of this new character you're doing? And in the end, it's just adapting whatever you're trying to visualize into your own self, right? This is something I did earlier in my life. I was like, yeah, I want to become a YouTuber. I want to become the YouTube. So it's just something you kind of like adopt and create and like, okay, I want to look like this. I want to do this. I want to grab this camera. I'm going to do this. I'm going to make this video and do this. It's just something you need to do every day until you kind of like adopt this new identity and make it your reality. My point number 2 is going to be confidence. Confidence is key. Don't snap back to your old self. I know it's really tempting to just like, you know what? I tried it. It's not gonna work. I tried my best to be this more creative self, and I just felt I was lying. It was just fake. No, just keep at it, right? Kind of like that first point, right? You're kind of like changing as a person, and you try to not go back to the bad habits. So once you kind of like win the battle between overcoming your old habits and incorporating your new habits, you're gonna feel like it's kind of like easier to become this new person. That's where your confidence comes in and be like, hey, I used to be really, really shy with my camera. I'm like, oh yeah, um, yeah, let me just take a photo right now. Dude, it's your camera. It's nobody gives a fuck. Gives a fuck of what you do in life. Get that into your head. Nobody gives a fuck. If you want to do something in your life, do it. The only thing that's keeping you down is yourself and maybe a couple $100 if you need to invest into something new or something you want to try out. But there's nothing else keeping you from doing your dreams. My point number 3 is going to be like experiment with your new persona, right? Like this is new identity. What would you change? Would you be more friendly, more introvert and extrovert? That kind of has to do a little bit more with the self-improvement part, which is kind of change into this new person, right? As a photographer, I feel like you need to be like this kind of like social butterfly, right? And that's something I'm kind of work on. I'm working on myself right now. I'm trying to become this more social guy, just kind of like talk. I want to be upfront and like, hey, I like the way you look. Can I take a photo of you? Or I like your, I don't know. I went to this coffee shop, the Kraken Coffee, out of the beach, and I was so tempted to just like, hey, is it okay if I take a couple photos of your place? But in the end, as I said, confidence is key. I'm barely going through this with myself. I was like, no, I'm too shy. I don't know if they'll let me. And just kind of like this fear of rejection, right? Like, oh no, no, sorry, we don't allow that. I should have just done it. And it's something just, you need to experiment. You need to have those moments of rejection, have those moments of like, they said no, whatever, do something else. My little brother was like, hey, you have this like tattoo of some tentacles. Do you think you think they'll give you a discount? I was like, let me ask. But just a side note, just experiment with your new persona. It's just something you'll have to do. You just can't keep it inside your room. It's something you have to change, and eventually you'll kind of like incorporate it into something real. Number 4 is going to be imposter syndrome. It happens to everybody. To me, it's just something you kind of feel isn't yourself, and it's totally fine. It's something you'll just have to overcome with it. Everybody feels some kind of imposter syndrome when they start out a new endeavor. Just try to keep it in the back of your head and just like, okay, I know I'm not the professional photographer, the super billionaire super songwriter, or the best painter or drawer, animator, whatever art form you do. And just keep on doing. Keep doing what you're doing. Fight that kind of like negative thought of like, you're not the best, you're not good at it, you're not qualified. Just keep it to the side. It's not serving you. What doesn't serve you, kick it out the door, throw it out the window, flush it down the toilet. It's not working for you. It's that bad habit calling out to you and saying, oh no, you shouldn't be doing all this because it's not really helping you. You're shit. Your photos aren't looking so great. Your YouTube covers are shit. You're out of tune. So it's just this bad habit trying to pull you back. It's just like this resistance to kind of pull you back into your old self. And you have to push and say like, no, I want to become better than this. So my next point is going to be really, really connected to what I just said. Be authentic as much as you can. Nobody likes this like cocky like artist, photographer. This is like, yeah, I take a lot of photos. I do this. I make millions. I have my own private studio. I have this guitar. I have that. I have all these expensive paintings and brushes, and nobody cares. As I said, nobody cares if you have a lot of stuff. It's in the end what your artwork is portraying. Let the art and your videos or your music or whatever you're doing be the thing that kind of like shows what you're worth, and be as authentic as you can. Show you're kind of shy, show you laugh, and show like right now like I'm being my most authentic self, and I feel fine. I feel like I'm having fun, and it's not something to hide. It's just something you can incorporate, and people will really appreciate it. It makes you unique, and it shows your beliefs and values that in the end make you a human being. We're all human beings. So my next point, which is the one I want you to kind of remember the most, and everything we just kind of said, is defend your ground. Don't give in. I know people can kind of bring you down, can kind of say like, yeah, you're not a photographer, you're shit. There's like mean comments and reactions, and people make videos about other people. It's just take a moment, read it, understand it. That's fine. In the end, those people don't serve you. Those people are just trying to bring you down, trying to be like, oh no, you're not an artist. I'm not an artist either. Let's be non-artists together. Let's not live our dreams. Let's not become our true creative selves. So those comments and ideas don't really work out if you're trying to become better. If you have someone like that in your life, I would really, really recommend kicking them out, because it's not fair for you and your new creative self to have this poor thing trying to bring you down just because they're not really making their life something of value. So just defend your ground. You are an artist, as I've said. Don't give in and be confident with it. And my last tip number 7, would be start all over again when all of this we've just said doesn't serve you. So kind of like that first point I made in the video, that The Weeknd changes their image every other album cycle or whatever. He's not the same as when he started. Why would he be the same person now? It's ridiculous. It's just something you need to incorporate into your own mind. Change, constantly evolve and learn until you become the more advanced version of yourself. And from there, try to be willing to change. We all change. It's just a matter of time. You'll find yourself changing your habits, your likings, your inspirations, your motivations, and you feel like, wow, I changed so much since I started, and now I am this. I feel more confident. I feel like I have to defend myself or do like, yeah, just fuck you. Like, honestly, I am myself. I do whatever I want to do. So just can't constantly evolve and change and become your true creative self. And yeah, so if you liked the video, please like and subscribe. Let me know in a comment if you have any other tips to make this new character in your life, this new persona, becoming something of a reality. And yeah, keep on being creative, guys. Peace.